Hi ladies. Okay, so I haven't done an actual TTC update in a while. I'm actually in Dallas, Texas right now, getting ready for Mary Kay's seminar, which kicks off tonight. So I have a few minutes to myself while my director is at Director Day. So I wanted to get this up really quickly because, like I said, it's been forever. Okay, so TTC, a lot has been going on. I know I promised an update a while back and I never did one. Just because I was trying to find answers to give to you guys. So, okay, so basically it all started in April. April 1st, I started AF came, cycle day 1, and didn't leave until April 26th. So from April 1st to April 26th, constant bleeding. I stopped for about a week and a half or two, started again for about 4 days, stopped for like a week or so, and started May 19th. From May 19th to June 23rd, full on period. Didn't stop. I stopped June 23rd and I started again July 6th. Okay, so during this time, about 3 weeks into April and I was still on my period, I made an appointment with my OB. I went in to see him. All he did was give me a pap smear and said everything was normal. I was like, yeah, sure, right? So then I made an appointment with my endocrinologist because I figured, well, then maybe it's my hormones and something's going up, so she needs to take some lab work and figure this out, right? So I made an appointment with my endocrinologist, seen her at the end of May, and nope, everything's normal. So I'm like, okay, I need to figure out, why am I just constantly bleeding and not only stopping for a week or two, because this is cray, right? So, I actually decided, I was referred to the Women's Fertility Center of San Antonio by a friend who has actually had 2 successful IVF babies. So I made an appointment. My appointment was July 6th. And I went for the initial consultation. My appointment was scheduled at 9 in the morning. This was a Monday morning. And the doctor was very thorough. I really, really liked him. I liked the whole staff, all the nurses. Everybody was amazing. Honestly, just totally supportive and just there for you. So I really liked the facility. The initial, like I said, consultation took about 3 hours because we went through my medical history. We had my previous doctors fax over all my medical history from them. Kind of got to know each other, figured out how long we've been trying, what we've done, all that kind of stuff. He took some labs, and my husband actually had a semen analysis as well. Just to rule any of those possibilities out. And after that, he told me he wanted us to come back after lunch. It was already almost noon, and he was like, just come back after lunch. I want to do an endometrial biopsy to see why okay, let me back up. Okay, so we did a vaginal ultrasound, and he was taking measurements of my uterus, my cervix, my ovaries, doing all explaining everything on the ultrasound screen, how what this is supposed to look like on here and all that kind of stuff. It just being really thorough, and I really appreciated that. But the measurements for my uterus lining were abnormally thick. And so he wanted me to come back to do an endometrial biopsy to get a sample and send that to the lab to see, what was going on with that. Because sometimes that can mean that it's cancerous, or that I can get cancer or whatever. So I was like, okay, I definitely want to come back and do that. So we broke for lunch, and we went to a restaurant, ate lunch, and before we left the restaurant, I actually went to the restroom. When we get back to the clinic, before my appointment, the nurse was like, please make sure to empty your bladder. I'm like, okay. So I was like, well, I just went to the restroom 30 minutes ago. And she goes, no, go ahead and try again. Make sure your bladder's empty. no problem. So I go to the restroom again. I get on the exam table. My legs are all, just totally in the air. They're trying and trying and trying. I mean, when this procedure was described to me, he was like, it should only take about 15 minutes. You're going to feel a lot of pressure. Once I actually get the sample, you're going to feel maybe some pinching and some twinging, but it'll be over really, just a second or two, and we'll be good to go. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem, And I have a pretty good tolerance for pain. I feel like I'm not a baby or anything. So, I was just like, let's just do it. Well, when I get there, yeah, I'm on that table for like 45 minutes, and I mean, I'm in pain. I'm like crying. Now, I'm not crying obnoxiously, don't get me wrong, but like tears are rolling down my cheeks. And he like asked me a few times, like, are you okay? Do I need to stop? And I'm like, no, don't stop. Just do what you need to do. Let's get this over with, Well, he couldn't get anything. He was like, the doctor was actually like, well, what if your bladder was full? Yeah, no. I was like, I just emptied it. Are you kidding me? Y'all told me to make sure it was empty. Well, he was gonna say, just like drink a whole bunch of water and then we'll try again in 30 minutes. But I was done. I was hurting really bad, and I was like, I can't do this right now. I can't do this afternoon. So he actually scheduled me to come back a week later, the next Monday, July 13th, to retry. And I came with a full bladder. And this procedure, even though it did take only about 15-20 minutes, it still was really painful. He ended up getting a sample, sending it off, and I actually got those results today, which it's Tuesday the 21st. So basically what I have is hyperplasia. It's not cancerous, but if not treated, it could become cancerous. So that's scary, sort of. I'm glad we found it early. Now, what stinks is that I'm going to be on certain supplements, and I'm not really sure because I was actually referred to an oncology doctor who is going to, do his own kind of testing and all that stuff to be able to treat me. And I go and see him on August 4th. So it kind of sucks because, I'm going to be on supplements and on this treatment for about 6 months, they said. And it's frustrating because I have to wait 6 months before I can even start TTCing again. It's like one more thing I've got to overcome before I could even try. So I've got to figure out why I'm bleeding, or I have to figure out how to stop the bleeding. And I have to figure out why I'm not ovulating still and go from there. I'm exhausted, honestly. I'm seriously exhausted. Today's the 21st. I'm still bleeding very heavy, and it's cycle day 15, I believe. So anyway, I think my next update will be after I see the oncology doctor, and I will let you know what he says and what our plan is from there. But anyways, yay, I kept this under 10 minutes. Thank you, ladies, so much for watching and joining me on this journey. I will see you all in my next video.